Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
No fear, no fear, no fear here on Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock from the beautiful studios of Freedoms with an S, freedomsphoenix.com here in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's very nice. We had like a cold spell there for a week or so, but it's okay now, global warming. Now, what I want to talk about today is we have a gentleman that is very involved in Republican politics here in Arizona. He works with Campaign for Liberty. He was very instrumental in a lot of the activities and activism around camera fraud, getting rid of the cameras that are on our freeway system, which is really continuous video. They're getting all your license plate. We know where you've been. So it was a really important issue that really hammered here, and finally they were taken down this last summer. Well, it was a political decision. Republicans wanted to get elected. So that was a success story. And then, of course, they do initiatives all over the country, have an impact there. Then we also did with Sean Dow as my guest. He lives in Fountain Hills, where maybe a lot of you remember. I mean, it made front page of Huffington Post, and it's all over the internet and media, and they're having a good old time with it. What we were doing is we were bringing attention to the idea that you lose your choices, and it just happens incrementally and in everything, and there's always some special interest that wants a monopoly of a government-granted monopoly to do whatever the heck it is that they say we have to have them do. In this case, it was trash pickup. Well, they already had 4 or 5 companies out there, and they're happy with it. If they didn't like it, they go to the next one. Well, you always got, there's some special interest saying, no, you need to have a single person doing this, and you know what? We think it should be us. Okay, well, that's what was going on. So we'll go ahead and talk about, get updated on that, what has happened, because what's happened is, the people rise up, and we went and had some creative activism that got the council room filled up to overflowing capacity, and they went ahead and did what they were going to do. So they did an initiative, got the signatures on the ballot. Now they got to have an election, and city council and special interest, they're not happy. Well, also Sean, being involved in politics, he went to the inauguration. Well, I guess it's the seating of Congress and all that kind of stuff. A lot of us got invitations, for our favorite congressman, Dr. Ron Paul, and of course his son now, Senator Rand Paul. They had a celebration in Washington, D.C., so we'll certainly hear about that. Now, what we'll go ahead and do before we get into Washington, I just want to get a quick update because let's go ahead. It's NIMBY. It's FH for Fountain Hills, NIMBY.wordpress.com. Now, you can just do FHNIMBY.com, not in my backyard. FHNIMBY.com, and it'll take you to this site. Now, you'll see that we had one of the art that we did, the logo, was the hills will have eyes, and it kind of used the all-seeing eye of the Total Information Awareness Program. So we have, trash can flyers that we put on, we searched your trash while you were out kind of thing. That gets them all worked up. And they'll call the numbers that we put on there, which is usually some media outlet, and they go, Ernie, stop, make it stop, man. We'll report if you'll stop doing that. Okay. So we'll see how they work it out. Now, so let's go ahead and get an update. Now, the last we talked about this, there was a city council meeting. What we did is we made up these flyers, and if you go in, you put Fountain Hills trash or whatever on Freedom's Phoenix, it'll explode up all over the place. And what we did is we said, we're going to put these flyers on all the trash cans there, and people go out, they want to throw it away, just throw it away. You don't have to go on their property or anything. It's on their trash can. And it said, with this logo on, it said, while you were out, we searched your trash and this and this and this and this and all these different departments and phone numbers to call. Well, it got them worked up. They were like, is this what's going on? Really, they're doing this? And we had information on FHNIMBY.com. So they showed up at the city council meeting. Now, of course, the city council went on and on and on till, wee hours of the morning to make sure that they went ahead and passed it anyway. They already had their mind made up. But John and friends took out an initiative. Now, let's find out what happened and pick it up there.
Well, after the city council voted on to go to the single hauler, a group of Fountain Hills residents got together, filed the initiative, we needed 454 signatures. We collected well over 1,000 signatures within 2 weeks. Submitted it to the town. They submitted it to the state to get validated and verified. They said, yes, these are valid signatures. You have to put it on the ballot. Well, last Thursday, the city council voted to put it onto the ballot for a special election on May 17th. Right after voting on that, the next day, the garbage company that had won the contract with the town council then filed lawsuit against the town council, all the council members, and the initiative group, Citizens for a Responsive Government. They do not want the people to vote on this. They have a signed, sealed contract. They think that they deserve their money, so they're going to go ahead and sue the town.
Wow. Why? Because they can. So the thing is that anything that a legislative body in Arizona can do, the people can undo. I mean, that's what the power initiative and referendum and recall and all that is. Now, they want to, my producer daughter, this is the flyer that we did, while you were out. And then it had, which agency and so on, and again, what they did. And then it got down to where there were some phone numbers to call. And, so we had some fun with this thing. This is what was on their trash can. Well, it got the people engaged because they really understood what was going on. Their choices were going away. Plus, it gave the city more power to fine them if they didn't recycle right, and they could look in their trash, and the trash didn't belong to the city, and then they go with their RFID scanners on packaging, know what you got in there and stuff. It was just, really scary stuff. And this is where we're progressing. Well, the way that we went at it is we're going, look, what benefit? Why would this even be something that they would think that they need to do? It's working fine the way it is. It's a free market and it's cheaper and so on. Well, they're going, no, we can save money. We can do this, consolidate it to one guy. It's all this collectivism mentality. Then, of course, once you get in, you never get out. Well, the people did this initiative. Now, the first threat that they were making is they were saying, you caused a special election. We got to spend money on a special election. But
right.
They had another special election they wanted to do, but they didn't want to have it combined with this one.
Which you'll be happy to know now they were already planning on holding a special election and spending the $55,000 in order to hold that special election so they could get a $30 million road bond issue.
This is a small community. $30 million? Wow, man.
After meeting with some of the
what's the population there?
We're about 22,000 in Fountain Hills.
30 million? Man, somebody was getting their pockets filled. Okay, so are they going to make those on the same ballot?
No, they are no longer doing the road bond issue.
So they decided just not to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have the trash carrier, which is Allied Waste or something, right?
Correct.
And they are suing, say, hey, man, we had a contract, you're violating contract, and give me money.
Right.
And what's the dollar amount they put on it?
It's not on the actual contract yet, or on the process that we were served with.
I don't know what they were thinking was going to happen.
Well, that's what I told the council members. I said, when you attack the free market system like this, you have a free market system. When you try to eliminate and say the government is going to choose who is going to be your garbage carrier, when the government chooses, we all lose. So they chose. Now there's going to be all these lawsuits because the only recourse that you have in a free market society is through the courts to get justice. So they're going to go to the courts to get justice, and now the taxpayer is going to have to pay for all those lawsuits.
And Sean and the others warned them this would happen. They just didn't care. It's all about getting the money. Your money. We'll be right back. This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. Endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.